I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and part 2 of the Samsung Galaxy S3 review starts right now. Let's pick right up in part 2 of the Samsung Galaxy S3 review. Now again, this is the international version. If you're coming in and you didn't get a chance to watch part 1, well, first of all, watch part 1 because there's some great stuff in there. I went over a lot of cool features that this device has that's exclusive to the Galaxy S3. But, this is the international version, so it's coming to the US, it's coming with some slightly different specs in the United States. It's going to get a different processor, a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor. Most of the other stuff's going to be the same, with the exception of some storage differences, some minor color differences, and 4G LTE as opposed to HSPA+, which is what this has. Excuse me. And so you have this device. It's available now internationally. You can buy it for an obscene amount of money if you want to bring it over in the United States. It's about $800 for the 16 gigabyte version. So it's a pricey device if you don't want to wait for your respective carrier to get it. But before we get into part 2, big love to Best Buy Mobile. They've hooked us up with a bunch of phones for use in our One Pawed Bandit game, which is our free giveaway game on PhoneDog.com, which we give to you. So go over there and play that game. But special thanks to them. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll help you set up your email, your web, all the stuff in your Galaxy S2, your contact settings, your camera settings, Google Play, and more. So when you walk out the door, you're good to go. Let's jump right in to Quadrant Standard because I want to do some of the other stuff we typically do in a review. But again, I really want to show you some things about this device that you don't get to see every day on Android phones. It's very fluid. I've been really impressed with the Galaxy S3. My favorite Android device in the market right now. Very fluid. It's that device, in terms of speed. If you're a speed demon, you don't like lag, this is going to be the ultimate device for you. I think the One X does a great job, and it's a really great device. I think the One X kind of tries to dip in a couple of different pools. HTC realizes that they have, HTC realizes that they have a developer, kind of side that they deal with, the hackers, the rooters, the modders. They love HTC, so they're appealing to them. They're also appealing to the consumers. I feel like this device solely appeals to a consumer. Now, yes, it's speedy. Yes, it's very fast. It's going to appeal to the power user. But when I say power user, I mean like the person that sends a lot of emails, or that business person that's on the phone all the time, not the power user that hacks and roots and mods. You may like it even if you're a hacker, rooter, or modder. But I think for you, the HTC device may be a little bit better. But I think that because of that, they're really focusing on the consumer market. They're trying to chip away from Apple and the iPhone. And, if this is any indicator, they're going to do a darn good job. Quadrant Standard, 5,544 on the quad-core Exynos version. Incredibly fast. It's an awesome, very fast device. I've had no lag whatsoever. Back to the customization stuff, I was showing this off in part 1, and I want to show you this as well. Press and hold the home button to access the built-in task manager that Ice Cream Sandwich has, but then you can also go into the Samsung Task Manager by hitting here. You can remove all of these from it, and then you can go into Task Manager from there. So from here you can see what's running, you can check your RAM, you can clear your memory, look at your storage, your downloaded applications, and more. So you have that ability, but you'll notice the menu structure, typical Ice Cream Sandwich here. So it took me even a couple of days, I'm still struggling with this. I keep pressing this and expecting to see little boxes. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, oh yeah, Ice Cream Sandwich. So a little bit of a difference there, and you'll also notice a minor difference like with Google. You'll see some different color schemes on this device when you use it. Let's take a look at the 8 megapixel camera. This thing is an 8 megapixel shooter, and it has 1080p HD video recording capabilities as well. Now, it has a 1.9 megapixel front-facing camera, but it's got some really cool shooting modes that I want to highlight. Also, it's got HDR, it has burst shot, and then it has a couple of different ones. Buddy Photo Share, which is really cool, where if you go to a party, a bunch of you have Galaxy S3s, you can set up Buddy Photo Share. If your friend takes 10 pictures, you take 10 pictures, and that lazy friend that you have, because we all have a lazy friend, they don't take any pictures, well, all of you will walk home with 20 pictures thanks to Buddy Photo Share. You can share them amongst your devices on a Wi-Fi connection, which is really nice. So I happen to have the Galaxy Note here, so we'll bring in some Samsung brotherly love or sisterly love, however you want to call it. And we'll take a look at Burst Shot because this is one of my favorites. So you got 20 different images here that you can shoot from, and it's going to store all these when I press and hold. So actually I want to turn the sound on so you can hear it. Actually, well, I don't know if I have the sound on or not. Let's go back. Let's turn that on. Let's get this, unmute it. Oops, I don't want to turn the GPS off. I just want to unmute it. Go back to the camera so you can hear the sound effects. And you can see it'll take 20. Now there's another version, Best Shot, which you can turn that on and it'll only take 8 pictures and it'll show you. I don't know why the police always come every single time I'm shooting a video. Maybe they're just excited about the Galaxy S3 too, but you can turn on Best Shot, take 8 pictures, and then select which one you like the most. Here, you got your gallery, and you can scroll through all the different ones here in your gallery, your various Samsung Galaxy Note pictures you took. If you do Best Shot, you can select your favorite out of all those. So it's a little bit of a different shooting mode. Also, another cool feature, the Buddy Share, which I actually don't have another Galaxy S3 at the moment, so I can't show you that. But you have another cool feature here with the video camera. When I'm recording, you'll see I press the record button, then I have this physical picture button here. I can take still shots as I'm recording, which is a really nice touch, and then I can let the video go. And I recorded the video and took the still shots, which is a really nice feature on the camera. So some really cool camera features. Love the Buddy Share opportunities. I think that's going to be big. Sharing, kind of social networks within a device, because Facebook and Twitter are big enough. Then you're going to see stuff like this that Samsung's offering, like Buddy Photo Share, where it's kind of like a little social network within your phone. It encourages you to get the Galaxy S3 and get all your friends on the Galaxy S3 as well. So let's click on phone. You can see the keypad here really quickly. It's a little bit different over here. It's got a blue hue to it. You've got logs, favorites, and contacts up there, and obviously you can see your call logs if you're so inclined, and delete those, modify those, change those however you see fit. So again, back to customizations, and really I just want to show you the fluidity of this device. You can do a lot with the Galaxy S3. Very fluid, very customizable. Showed you the widgets in part one. Another really nifty feature, in Video Player. Let's go in here and take a look at the Video Player and click on that, and then I want to see the wonders of nature when I can't see that far away. So you can see the wonders of nature playing right now. First of all, I want you to take a look at this display and how beautiful it is. And it's very dark right now. Let's get that. There we go. That's much better. You see how beautiful the display is, and it's also really loud. So let's turn this down at the moment. And then you can see beautiful HD video or HD display quality here. But what I love is you can pull the video out and put it on the home screen and move it around as you see fit. So let's say, keep it right there while... Well, let's go back to the home screen and let's go to the Google Play, for example. Download some stuff, go down here and take a look, and the video can play anywhere on the display. So you can move it around as you see fit, shift it around, go to staff picks. I'm like, oh, I wonder what that says. I can move it down here, take a look at that. When I'm done with it, I can press and hold it, little button pops up, and I can get rid of it. Again, a lot of these things where I'm like, it's just really awesome when it comes to features. They've done a really good job of thinking outside of the box. So again, battery life on this device, 2,100 milliamp hour battery. And I'll talk a little bit about battery life and call quality as well. Battery life's been phenomenal in my opinion. It's an HSPA Plus device. The mileage is obviously going to vary when these come to the United States. They have the same battery and they're packing 4G LTE. Just because LTE is a battery hog, and it is going to be a little bit less. That said, this device has been off the charger since 6 o'clock this morning, actually about 5:45 this morning, Eastern Standard Time. And you can see 23%, that's with what I would consider moderate to heavy use. This thing has literally been going since about 5:45 or 6 this morning. Really impressed with it. It's been off for about 12 hours and about 35 minutes now, and it's really trucking and doing its own thing, and I'm really impressed with the battery life. So it's done a great job. I haven't gotten this thing actually down to 0% yet. I've made it through the day with moderate to heavy use every time that I've used it. Another cool feature, let's say Open Golf Championship, I want to save this, and I want to screenshot it. That's all I have to do, and it saves the screenshot. I didn't do that as fluid as I wanted to. There you go. Swipe your palm across, and it takes a screenshot. Really nice touch there as well. So all in all, this is a really awesome device. The call quality is decent. The earpiece, I think, could be just a little bit louder. If I had one issue with the call quality, that's all I would say. The earpiece could be ever so slightly louder. Otherwise, speakerphone's pretty decent, and call quality itself is fantastic. The earpiece is nice and clear, but it could be just a little bit louder. Maybe I'm going deaf, I don't know. But again, it could be just a pinch louder. But the Galaxy S3, in my opinion, the best Android device on the market right now, because I think it appeals to a lot of different people. It appeals to those people that are just absolutely sick of the iPhone or iOS. Maybe they saw iOS 6 that was announced today. They're like, that does nothing for me. This is going to be a good device for them, because I think for a lot of people, Android's been kind of buggy and laggy, and I think this finally brings it up to speed with a nice processor, a nice user interface, atop a great version of Android Ice Cream Sandwich. Feature-wise, it's packing a lot of killer stuff, a big battery. It's coming to the US with LTE. It's packing some really nice colors. It's a really nice looking device. It's got a 4.8-inch display, which while that may be a little bit too large for a lot of people, it's still relatively pocketable. It's nice and thin, and it feels good in the hand. So it's not too big. It's not like the Galaxy Note where you're like holding on to it and you're struggling to hold on to it. It's a big phone, but I can still wrap my hands around it, and I think that pocketability really makes this device appeal to a lot of people. Much more coverage to come on PhoneDog.com with the Samsung Galaxy S3. It's going to be a week of dogfights with the Galaxy S3, so stay tuned. The One X is up, the Galaxy Nexus is up, and a lot more. So stay tuned to the site. Be sure to follow me on Twitter as well. Let me know what you want to see in the dogfights. PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Hit us up on Google Plus as well, gplus.to/PhoneDog, and be sure to vote in our official smartphone rankings. You love the Galaxy S3, you love the One X, you love the iPhone 4S, you love whatever. Cast your vote, let your voice be heard at PhoneDog.com/rankings. This week, Galaxy S3 leads the charts on the People's Choice chart. Who knows, next week it could be your phone. PhoneDog.com/rankings. Thanks so much for watching. Much more coverage to come on the Galaxy S3, which was designed by nature, or designed for humans, inspired by nature. We'll see you next time.